For more on China's e-commerce industry, let's go now to Yan Liang. She's a professor of economics at Willamette University. Great to have you on the program. Now, as we heard there, Temu is quickly becoming a market leader. It's captured global markets, including more than half of the US market share. How has it done this? Is it just its cheap prices, or is there more to it?
Right, good to talk to you, Sally. So I definitely think it's not just a cheap price. Yes, the prices are competitive, and that's one of the reasons why it has been so attractive. And that's because, like Temu or Shein, they're able to really connect the final consumers with the factory suppliers directly. So they cut a lot of the sort of middleman costs, and that allows them to bring down the cost, not to mention the very large volume that they're able to sell. That is also really achieving the economies of scale. But I think in addition to that, there are a lot of advantages because, e-commerce in China has been so popular and has been growing so fast. So these retailers have been becoming very innovative. Like the reporter talked about, they have great varieties of choices. They have very fast delivery, very reliable delivery. They also have very secure online payment system, the entire ecosystem, from sourcing their products to put them on display on the website, to shipping, to logistics, to after, sales customer services. All of these, I think, are very important for their success because, this really provides a great choice for consumers. But that said, I do think that, fast fashion, as we all know, could create environmental damages and other problems, which I don't think these retailers are ignoring, but they're trying ways to remedy and improve their practices.
Marketers say that Temu is fundamentally changing the way ad landscape works, essentially buying up an enormous amount of advertising, especially in social media. Is this a huge part of how it's being able to spread so quickly?
Absolutely. I think you also mentioned one very important factor, which is very smart advertising. Like in China, I think e-commerce in China also really take advantage of online live streaming and also all these social media platform. And so in the United States, I think it's the same thing. You see all these influencers on TikTok or Instagram, they're wearing the certain types of clothing, they're displaying certain types of lifestyles. And I think all of these are very appealing to the viewers. And so that is how they're also getting attracted to these different retailers online. So they're trying to imitate, the kinds of products that these influencers are buying or the lifestyles. So I think that is very attractive.
I mean, in the midst of rising inflation, it's not surprising that people are looking for cheaper options. But given that its prices are so low, how long can Temu sustain this kind of business model? I mean, if their main focus is to keep those prices as low as they can, how can they cut even?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, again, this is the scale effect. When you're able to really sell a large volume, you are able to effectively bring down the costs. Not to mention, when you have a large amount of market shares, you can always grow your businesses and achieve that sort of large scale effect, that kinds of cost effectiveness. But that said, again, I think on the one hand, these low cost products are really beneficial to some of the low income families, especially when inflation is so high, as you mentioned. But at the same time, I think there should be some measures to help to recycle some of these products, to reuse some of these products, and also to improve the kind of shipment logistics along the way to preserve the resources and help with the environment.
Yan Liang, thank you so much for your time. Professor of Economics at Willamette University.
Thank you.